Radio Hereford FC, the only station with full match commentaries of the Bulls, every game, every week.
Well, hello again and welcome to We're Going Down the Pub with me, Frank Williams, and the ever-youthful ground guide guru, Mr. Simon
Another
Wright.
blush from me. Thank you very much for that, Frank.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our second away game of the season is at St.Neots FC. Looking forward to this one because it's a nice little ground, a nice little setup.
It is.
With one big problem,
Yes,
which we will allude to later on.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, okay. Let me make you think of Evesham FC.
Right.
Smart, modern, out-of-town ground, surrounded by battery of training fields, if that's the right analogy. Lots of training fields. St.Neots is similar in that respect.
Open space all around?
No, that's the big difference.
The big difference between that and Evesham is?
Yeah, they've got 300 houses.
Oh, right.
They're really probably aimed at commuter houses. They're big,
Right.
3-storey jobs. They're £300,000 starting prices.
Yeah.
And there's a mainline station right there.
Oh, right.
So it's an interesting complex.
From King's Cross, that will be
It's
then?
on the King's Cross main line. London Bulls well away again.
No, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Now, you actually
Yes.
did this ground, guys,
Yes.
because you visited only last week. Was it last
It
week?
was certainly recently, Frank.
Okay,
It was a few
recently,
weeks back.
yeah.
I went there the week after I visited St Ives FC, and
Right.
by then my sales patter to the boss of let's go and visit the bookshops of Cambridge was wearing a tad thin, because I'd said that the previous week and we never actually got to Cambridge at all. No. So by the time we rocked up to St Neots, the boss was like quietly steaming and looking at her watch repeater. Where's Cambridge? You know. But then she saw the ground and sort of forgot about that because it is very, very smart. I mean, we've just been to Telford. It stands comparison with Telford.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's smaller.
It's smaller, yeah.
Half the capacity, but, you know, it's got that newness, it's got that efficiency about it, you
Right.
know. Two things we spotted right away.
Right.
Firstly, like ourselves, St Neots has a ticket office where everybody has to buy a ticket.
Right, a bit like us.
Yeah, no cash turnstiles. Admissions, £10, £7 for matures, and kids under 16 are free if in the company, so that's all good.
Yeah.
Secondly, the club physio has a reserved space, and his name is Michael Hunt.
Right.
He was in, so we didn't have to ask where he was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know it's a cliche,
It
but
is, really.
we were highly amused.
Absolutely.
We just sort of barged straight into the Leeward suite and introduced ourselves, and we were pointed, go and talk to Lee, he'll look after you.
Yeah.
So this guy called Lee volunteered to show us around.
Right.
Really modest guy. Only days later I realised not only was the club chairman, he was the club owner as well.
Right.
But but there you go. First, you know, took us out and showed us the pitch. It's a very impressive pitch, semi-artificial pitch.
Oh, it's one of these, yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
not a Deso pitch.
No.
It's a variant of that. I think
Yeah.
there's sand in the base,
Yeah.
and they relay it every summer.
Right.
They have 3 teams play on it, 100 games, and I said, well, that's
But it's
it.
pretty new as well.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing's new. I mean, there's quite a backstory, which I won't bore you, because it's all been talking about anyway, but the ground opened in 2008,
Yeah.
and if you were to buy it off the shelf, if that's possible, it costs £6.5 million.
Right, capacity?
3,500.
Okay.
But there's obvious scope to extend it if you
Right.
need to, you know.
Yeah.
Main stand, 260 smart seats, tip-up seats down one touch line. You've got modern covered terraces at either end.
Right.
And every surface is flat.
Oh, no difficulty.
No,
Then?
no. Going
Yeah.
in and out, going to the bar, going to the cafe.
So all in all, then, it's a really, really superb stadium.
Yeah.
But the team,
But the team, yes, you know.
not quite as good.
No. I mean, again, they just stayed up last season. They finished 19th, and they were 20th the season before. So
Right.
And their disciplinary record is worse than Didcot's.
Right.
I read a stat, I think they had 9 players sent off in the first 24 games.
So our first 2 away games this season against teams who struggled last year.
Yeah, I mean, is that good or bad? I don't know. Is it a gentle introduction or does it false impressions? I don't know. But now, at the time, you know, just a few weeks ago, and Lee
this,
said,
by the way, is the but.
The but.
It's coming
the
shortly.
Coming, yeah.
But.
Yeah, but, yeah. You know, at the time, Lee was absolutely clear, with our support, they would open their big suite. They don't normally open for football, but this Gregory suite is the biggest of their rooms.
Very large and impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he took us into both, and this is huge, bigger than Starlight Room, 250 seat capacity, probably more. But, as you said, there's a bloody big but. St.Neots, they have business functions, weddings all the year round, and they earn most of their money that way. And they have a wedding booked that day, as we know. And the Saints, as they're called, asked if we can swap the games, but we won't have any of that. It doesn't work for us.
No.
To have 4 home games in 10 days or something like that. It doesn't work. So it's doubly unfortunate for St.Neots because they still remember the last time they played a Hereford team.
When was that?
Well, they were the first opponents during that infamous half season.
Right.
You know, the season that we all try to forget. But my host was firstly annoyed the Southern League accepted Hereford in the first place, and even more annoyed because they'd spent, he said, £1,600 on travel, and the league refused to compensate them for it. So they were still grieving about that years later. But currently, in terms of when we go there, St.Neots can only offer the smaller of their suites, the Leeward suite.
Right.
They do serve real ale. It's a decent looking room, but it's only room for 100.
Ooh.
And it's right next door to the Gregory suite where the wedding is, so that's going to be interesting,
I can
isn't
see
it?
there could be some very good chance.
Yeah.
We know what you're doing. I'll be the first one. And who ate all the cake?
Who ate all the cake? Yeah. Could be interesting. It matters because there isn't another pub within a mile.
Right.
It's a very isolated area, so that's going to be awkward. So, you know, we hope that St.Neots will come up with a solution. I mean, just across the car park, they've got a 3G training pitch.
A solution consisting of hops, malt, barley.
That sort of solution. Yeah. I mean, they could, in theory, put a beer tent on their artificial pitch just across the car park if they wish to.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they don't want to miss out on us thirsty people.
But there is a pub, as you say, a mile away.
Yeah, good name, the Bull's Head.
Quite right.
You know, that's the sort of place you want to go to. But it's on Cambridge Road, so that's the main drag. It's a Green King house, so it sadly only serves Green King stuff. I must admit I didn't bother to go because it looked fairly scruffy from the road.
Right.
Does have a beer garden.
And the town centre's a good 2 miles away.
Yeah, 2 miles. And before you ask, that's where the Witherspoons is. There is the Spoons, but it's 2 miles away, so you've got to be keen.
Yeah.
Now, there are no bars, but for the coffee and cappuccino,
here you go.
Coffee and cakes
brigade,
they're better off. Because as part of the housing estate the Gallagher's put up, they also put up like a dozen commercial properties.
Right.
With shops and cafes. Now, the pick of them, Leonardo's Pizzeria. You won't miss it, it's right on the front, right by the station. Glowing reviews for the quality of its pizzas.
Excellent stuff.
Doesn't seem to have a licence, unfortunately. If you're desperate, there's a Tesco Express around the corner, and there's a little chef in the next street.
Little chef?
Yeah, there's any left.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
Little chef.
Yeah, they surprised me.
Steer clear of that then.
Now, I mean, just to I touched on the location. It's the ground is tucked away right at the back of this housing estate, vaguely like Coventry Spinks, if everybody remembers that. Although the houses at St.Neots do differ rather from what I assume was the council estate at Coventry.
Well, I do remember Didcot was stuck away, moved from it nearby a station and put away at the back of a housing estate. Yeah. And so there may be similarities with Didcot in more ways than 10.
Yeah, I mean, there's one way in, one way out. Yeah. There's only a small amount of car parking at the ground.
And it's a wedding on.
And they're going to grab that, aren't they?
Okay. But it depends what time the wedding is. I
mean, it's really not the sort of area where street parking is going to be encouraged, let's put it that way.
Right.
To get out, the sensible place to park is in the station car park.
Right.
Which means you don't have to go in the estate at all. Okay,
Right.
you park, there's a big overbridge over the lines, go over the overbridge, and the ground's in front of you.
And lifts for the
And
visible.
lifts, thankfully, for the visible.
And parking is only £2 all
Yeah,
day.
£2 all
That
day.
sounds a good one,
Yeah,
that.
that's not a bad show. I mean, if you are there, the Bull's Head is a bit nearer, but you've still got that 1 mile walk afterwards, of course, to get to the ground. Bit of a novelty. St.Neots, they're very proud of their scholarship project. They've got 40 teenagers between 16 to 18, and they run this as an annex to 2 local academies.
Right.
They put £60,000 into building 3 classrooms, which you can see at the far end of the stand. And every day, 2 or 3 teachers come in, and they teach whatever the kids want to be taught, basically. So for the club, they can keep their young talent close to hand, and every season 2 or 3 of those players, young scholars, get to play in the first team.
All right.
So
okay.
it's a good way of growing your own. So there you go, it's a bit of a novelty. It's all part of the very smart nature of the ground.
Right, now what about distance?
Getting there now. This is going to be one of the longer ones. 142 miles, although it's mainly dual carriageway.
Yeah.
It is the first of what I call a Cambridge cluster.
Yeah, we're going to get used to that route. There's a few clubs around there.
There's St Ives, Biggleswade, Kettering, in Royston, really.
Now you've got a pretty newish car, and your sat-nav gave you problems.
Oh gosh, well yes, yeah. I mean the sat-nav hated the postcode.
Right, so
I went round in a circle twice with this wretched sat-nav.
we have a way out.
Yeah, put in the street name Kester Way.
Kester.
Yeah, that's
Kester Way.
That's the little cul-de-sac which is right outside the ground.
And that will get you absolutely nowhere near the station and its car park, but it will.
in fairness, it should take you past the station, but it may just be my foolish sat-nav, but be aware. By train, you can do it. Lee told me very strongly, yes, you can do it by New Street and Peterborough. Only 4 hours each way.
Tedious.
Yeah, tedious. 4 hours each way.
Easy for London Bulls.
Yeah, again, it's, as we said, stations on the King's Cross line. No, there must be. I mean, I've looked it up, but there must be a very regular service there. So come and join us, guys. We need your support.
No, Hereford away days.
Yes.
Reg is at it again.
He is. Yeah, it's sort of familiar now. 20 quid because it's a long one. 9 o'clock start from Radford's again. Picking up Lee Sinton and Worcester. He's already. We were going to book into the Gregory Street, but we can't, obviously. So he's opted for the Highwayman, which is like 10 minutes outside the town.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh,
So
Reg
he's
has
good
got
to
it
go.
all.
He's got it all mapped out.
And so have we.
Yeah.
And that's the end of our second ground guide for
rattling through them already.
new season for September. So September's out the way. Now we just got to wait and see if cup draws are kind to us in.
Oh yes.
Sorry, that was August.
That was
September.
August.
What am I talking about?
September the 2nd.
August out of the way, and then we've got to see what cup draws give us for September. Yeah. So we will be back with you very, very soon with our next ground guide. Keep listening to us and keep listening to Radio Hereford FC, and we'll see you very, very soon.
This is Radio Hereford FC, the home of the Bulls. Match Day Live.